Right on, Juxta with Warp. Man, that was like a mix of so many different genres, like literally blues, jazz, funk, like you name it, man. It was in there, like a little bit of industrial as well. I always liked the song, and we were talking about it briefly off air. And just a quick little sidetrack. Do you remember the Chili Pepper song Warp off their album One Hot Minute?
Vaguely.
Okay.
Not off the top of my head.
Right.
I know the album.
The reason I bring it up is because that was the one where Dave Navarro played guitar for them, you know, and you could tell the Jane's Addiction influence like right away. I mean, it was cool. It was a cool mix of Chili Peppers, but Warp, I think, was the first single released off One Hot Minute. But it starts off. It's got Anthony Kiedis kind of like a mellow tone sort of vocal before it gets like really hard hitting, kind of slowly builds, kind of like this one, like. But then it kind of comes in like really heavy after about a minute. But it's
vaguely remember it.
It's the one. It's like she said, all the way, every day, do. You know, it's like super heavy. Like
Yes, we're an hour in and you're singing.
Not always the best, but I try, but at least I'm well enough to know that there's some ranges I cannot hit, and I refuse to because I do not want to butcher and destroy the song. So
you're a much better singer than I am.
Yeah. But either way, great song, love Juxta, and that was Warp.
Yeah, Juxta is fantastic. I love that instrumental track, and you're right. It's got loads of different kind of. It crosses multiple genres in terms of there's jazzy bits and everything else. I remember playing this to my bass player James, probably beginning of the year, a few months ago at least, and he's me and him used to do the same thing actually when we were kids. We used to go and buy or try out different delay pedals and basically sit in the guitar shop for ages trying like every single setting. And he said when he heard that track, he said it's kind of like he's done that where he's gone through everything and then he's found one he really likes and gone, oh, and then written a whole song around it.
Right.
I can just imagine doing that, like, and it's so cool. It just works really well. Just the way that kind of, it's not quite a slapback, but it's not quite a tape delay. I don't know. It's just got quite a quick comeback on the delay, and it just works really nicely. And then you sort of put the tempo around it. I think it's really cool, and you can almost imagine him sitting there experimenting, going, well, that's nice, and then sitting there for 8 hours and going, I've got a song. Actually, no, it's Juxta. He works at 4 times the pace of anyone else, so probably 2 hours where it take me 8. But it's just the amount of energy he seems to have and focus. But yeah, it's got that kind of vibe about it, which I really, really love. I love experimental stuff like that, especially when it goes well. Obviously, the key to it is to release the good ones, and he's done that.
That's right.
Maybe there's 25 others that were rubbish sitting in a bin. But yeah, that's a really cool tune. That's quality.
Right on. So next up we have another one from Who Killed Nancy Johnson. This one's called Stay Out Late. Dig this.
Lonely Stay out late. Stay out late. So would you like to come and play? We've a gift to give away. It'll really spoil your day. But the night will come alive. We can stay here till you die. And that could take a while. There's a reason for the smile. Come and join the tribe. And we're all lonely. People die before us. It's our fate. We're lonely. Tell us, would you like to stay out late? Stay out late. 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 Stay out late.
Who Killed Nancy Johnson? Stay Out Late. Another rockin' tune, and I'm not sure if these guys, they didn't think they were punk rock or try to call something else, but it sounded kind of punk rock and rollish to me. But great band, like love the vocals, love the flow of it, very catchy, and the whole EP is really good.
I think they call themselves post-punk, and I call them punk. I love Vicky and Nancy Johnson. They are, they haven't told me I can't announce this, so I'm going to assume I can. They are going into the studio, I think from the 24th of September, so end of September they're going back in to get some new material. Nice. They've asked if they can come on the show.
Oh, for sure.
Do an interview when they release it, and I said, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
sure
exactly.
That happen.
Look who you're asking, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're really going to refuse you. So mid-October they'll probably have some new stuff, and we'll get them on sometime around then and spin a few tracks and have a chat with probably Stefan the vocalist and Paul the guitarist and maybe others if they're around. But you know, they're way up there with, you know, greatest bands of all time in my opinion. I just think that EP in particular is just perfect as far as I'm concerned, with the one exception that you could do with another 4 track. You could do it being an album, just because it's so good. But it goes on. When it goes on in my car, it goes on repeat for like a week, and then I have to turn it off because, you know, either my friends or family or work colleagues tell me to put something else on. I'm sick of hearing it, but I love it. I think it's great. Yeah, quality, really cool. And yeah, mid-October, more Who Killed Nancy Johnson tracks. And we've heard a couple of the live ones they did, or the demo ones they did, which I'm not sure if are going on the new release, but they were really high quality tracks, so hopefully more of the same.
Now, just refresh my memory real quick, they're connected to the Bronsons, correct?
Steph, the singer, is also the singer in the Bronsons.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure of, just because it's kind of funny because Emma Scott from Plug-in Baby sends me tunes pretty much weekly. You know, we don't get them all aired, just because some of them just didn't fit the show or what have you. Anyways, it's kind of funny because guess what I got this week? I got a song by the Bronsons. It's like, oh, no way. Like, you're about 3 or 4 months too late there, Emma, but thank you anyway, so.
I love it. Oh, that's, what's it called? That's their new one that's coming out next Friday, in fact, isn't it? That new Bronsons track.
I believe.
Is it not Girl from Mars. I can't remember. We'll look it up while the next track's playing.
No. I can look at it right now. Just take me 2 seconds. Oh, here we go. And it is Girl from Outer Space.
Girl from Outer Space. There you go. It wasn't too far off.
So, I mean, we could potentially fit it in at the end of part 2. We'll see if we got time. But most of the stuff we usually have first dibs on, so I wasn't sure if we already played or not. And of course, I didn't. I should have double checked on my homework. I didn't this time. because it's been a little bit busy, so my mistake on that one. But either way,
I can't remember if we have. We might have. We'll play it again next week, regardless.
either way, you gotta love the irony, and it's irony in a good way. It's not a bad thing here. So
yeah, absolutely, it's good. If they're working with Emma Scott, then they've got good things to come.
Oh yeah, I mean, she passes along a lot of good tunes. I mean, some, like I said, they don't fit the show, but they're good artists. They don't fit the show. But either way, like, always a much love and big thank you to Emma Scott from Plug and Baby for sending those tracks along. We really do appreciate it.
Right on.
So next up, we have a brand new one by Numb, and this one's called "Every Man Deserves the Right." Let me just double check it because it's a long title. Deserves the right to choose his own path. There you go.
Nice.
Numb. A very long song title, but a great tune. Dig this.